Hello everyone, Jean here, and today we are going to make a Pokey tool holder. Now we made the Pokey tools a couple videos ago. You need a place to put them. So this is mine. My other one, I wasn't going to show you. It was pretty disgusting. So I made myself a new one. Of course it's Hello Kitty. So it's got two layers of ribbon along the bottom. I got a roll of Bling. And this is all fabric. So this is some fabric I got from Walmart. And the ribbon, everything I can link, I will link for you guys. Now, probably won't be able to link my Hello Kitty, though, for you. So, sorry, that's mine. And you guys have seen all these are some of them that we made. I didn't want to put them all in here because it would make it too heavy. Not really heavy, but... So, this is so quick and easy to make. And like I said, you can make these for gifts. This is really cute. It's only made out of styrofoam, which I'll show you in just a second. But very cute. It will sit probably right up there, where I can look at it when I'm crafting. So what it is, so I use styrofoam. Now, I like a 2-inch styrofoam. And a lot of styrofoam I was finding was only 1 inch. So I bought this one, and I just cut it in half. Styrofoam is very easy to cut in half. And this is, I think it's 6 inches. Just about 5 3/4 wide. So remember, you don't need more than, I had a 1 inch, my original one was 1 inch because that's all I could find at the time. But if your ends are long, it's going to stab through the bottom. So you want to be careful with that. So I just like the 2-inch. I just like how everything looks on it and stuff. So I already cut down the styrofoam, of course. And then I just found some fabric. This time I'm going to use just a plain purple. And I just cut it a little bit bigger. And we are going to glue it onto the top and wrap it along the sides. Is all we're going to do. Now the glue that I use works really well. Is this PVA glue. Got it from Amazon, of course. This is great. I use this one for when my albums and everything too. This is a good one for albums. It works for a lot of things. You don't want to use a hot glue on styrofoam. It can melt your styrofoam, of course. But there's other glues you can use. I think you can use a simple Elmer's glue. But I have this on hand. As you can see, I get a big bottle of it, so it lasts me quite some time. And I've had this one for, I don't know, a year now. And it's getting close to half though now. But I really like this one. And it remains flexible and everything. And so it doesn't get hard as a rock, so your Pokey tool won't poke through. So all we're going to do is I'm going to dump some in this bowl. Well, actually, we'll dump it on top first. We don't need to dump it in the plate yet because we'll do that later. Right now, we can just spread it along the top. It doesn't soak in, so don't worry. Just get all the way around. You don't have to like be, picky at and get around the edges and everything because we are going around the sides. I'm going to take a little bit of that off and then just kind of spread it out. It's not going to really have any problems with wrinkles. Okay, let's cap this for a minute. Move it out of our side. And let's see if I don't have a tool, so we'll use the ruler. I don't have. Okay, so all I do is put it along the top. Just kind of center it. And these don't take long at all to make, I mean. Let me grab. And it'll be wet, of course. So I just kind of rub it down. And you won't see any of the glue or anything like that, so. Now, normally, I would let the top dry before we went on, but we're doing this on camera, so I don't have that luxury. But you just want to make sure it's rubbed down. Perfect. Okay, so then now I'll put some on the plate. And then all I'm going to do is brush along the sides, get some along the sides here. And I just work in a little section at a time. Bring down your fabric. And don't worry about wrinkles at this point. It's all going to get covered in ribbon. So I just take and press it down. And this glue is pretty good. It holds pretty quickly, as you can see. You can see where I left off. Just keep running glue down in there. Just keep going around. I just kind of stretch it a little bit as I'm going around. But like I said, do not worry about the wrinkles. We are going to cover it with all that pretty ribbon. And you can put whatever you want. Lace around here. You can just cover it, the whole thing in fabric if you want. I like bling. You guys should know that. So I like my pretties. Now here's the thing about crafting, guys. You know, craft for you. Craft for what you like. Don't worry about what people think about you. I'm 62 years old and, you know, I got my Hello Kitty. I don't care what people think about that. That's what brings me joy. That's what I like to do. You know, you only live once, and I'm going to enjoy my life. And I craft what I like to craft. I don't worry about if I'm crafting the right way or the wrong way. I don't think there's a right way or wrong way, guys. You do you. Okay. Like I said, I just keep going around and just bringing the glue all the way. If you don't like it, gluey fingers, you're not going to like this project. And they don't get too bad though, actually. So then I just go around, make sure, see how high it is on top. As I said, once it dries, you won't see anything. You can see this one. You can't see anything through there. You can't tell if there's any glue. We're going to cover up part of this top. Okay, now for the pretties. So this one we're going to do some purple. Purple on purple. This is as close as I could get. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start at the bottom. And so you're going to go about halfway up. Okay. So you're going to go about halfway up. I'm just trying to think if I want to work this way or that way. So where's the other end? I think I want to work that way. I think I want to work this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so then don't be shy with the glue. So about halfway, you're going to start patting some down. And make sure you got, satin has two sides, the dull side and the shiny side. And then we're going to just put that on, like I said, about halfway. And then just work yourself around. Now I might get off a little bit because I am in the camera here. I want to go up just a little bit. I am looking in the camera, so it might not be perfect. I'm going to kind of go sideways here a little bit so I can kind of see a little better. And then just keep going around. I just kind of dab it on. Can't have too much. And then pull out these once in a while so they don't get in the glue. Then they fold over in the glue. Because they're so ruffly. You don't have to use ruffles. There's other lace. Lots of different lace out there. I like more of a solid color so that you don't see the styrofoam and everything underneath it. But there's lots of different laces out there. Ribbons, laces, everything. There's a lot of embellishments out there nowadays, right? Like I said, I'm not doing much, just holding down pretty good. But if you're afraid, like, you can stick pins through it. Don't stick it through the glue part. Stick the pins down here a little farther. If you're afraid it might come out, but I don't have no problem with it. Let's see, where did I leave off? Just keep following it around. Almost to it. Okay. And then when I get down here, then I'm going to cut it off. And I want to overlap a little bit. So, okay, now I'm going to put some glue and overlap a little bit. And there we have our first layer. Now I will go around and make sure that there's no, the ruffles didn't get pushed inwards towards the glue. Okay, so there's our first. I know the purple doesn't match very good, but that's kind of what I had in my stash, and I try not to buy things. But we're going to cover a lot of it up with flowers on this one. Okay. All right. Let me just dry off my fingers just a little bit here. And then we're going to do the second layer. Untwist that and get ready. And we'll get a little bit more glue down there. Now for this layer, we're going to go right along the top edge. First I'm going to cut this more straight. Okay, and then we're just going to go right along the top edge now. And you have a double layer. So this will be easy. You don't have to, you know, watch the middle or anything like that. You just go right along the top. Don't worry about if it's not perfect along the top. Okay. Just keep going like that. Like I said, these are, and you don't have to make it, you know, like you can find out, get a smaller styrofoam if you don't want to make it quite as wide, but you know, I make a lot of pokey tools. They're not all for myself. I make some and give them away and stuff like that. But I also like to change up my pokey tools sometimes. Like to look at different things. Okay, just keep going like that. I wouldn't say I'm the most creative person, but you know, I think my things turn out halfway decent. I mean, I know some of you can probably do a real nice creative job on this. Okay, I'll go right to here. And then I'll cut off and so we can overlap. So let's cut it off right about here. Oh, don't get that bottom layer. Again, cutting these ruffles sometimes. All right, you back down. Now we're just going to overlap the pieces. Now I'll just kind of fluff it all up. Okay, wipe some of the glue off my hands again. Okay, now just go around and I just kind of fluff it a little bit. just to make sure it's not sticking down. So this is where we're at so far. Okay. Now you can, if you don't like the bottom, like mine, I didn't put nothing on, but you could put, because all I had was small pieces of felt left, but I would put a piece of felt on it, which I might do later on, but I didn't have no big enough piece of felt. But you can leave it just like that. Doesn't really matter. It just sits on my table all the time anyways. So, all right. So now, make sure that's on good. Now, if you want, I'm not going to do it on this one because it'll take a while. You could run your ribbon. If you don't have it, you could just go all the way around, around, in a circle, all the way around. And just keep going around in a circle till you fill the whole thing. You can do that too. It kind of looks like a cake with frosting on. So you can do that. We're not going to do that though. I have something else. Now, let's see, what we're going to put the bling on first, I guess. I am going to put the same bling on because of time-wise. But I also have this, which you could put on. But this will take a little bit longer because you're going to need some hot glue. But you could put this around. And that'll be really pretty too. But because of time-wise and being on camera, we are going to use this sticky back. And I think we're going to use this size on this one. I used the smaller on mine, but I think I'm going to use the bigger one. Yes, we'll use the bigger one. And I'm just going to quick do an estimate so I don't have to deal with this whole roll because that can be annoying. And this cut's really easy. I just go in between the gems there. And I like this. And it came with 4 different sizes. So 3 different sizes. So I'll show them to you. Of course, I'll link them. So these are the 3 different size width it came in. So it's a little, the sticky is a little stinky at first. Got an odor to it, but it dissipates after a while. So all we're going to do, it's sticky back and it's very sticky. Let's try to get it started first of all. I need my Pokey tool. Also don't have my glasses on either. Come on. It's very sticky. Okay. So just take a little bit at a time. And now we are just going to go right along the top. It's just stuck on me. Help! Help! So we're just going to go, and I kind of use my finger up here just to kind of stay. And make sure you don't get the ruffles kind of stuck in there where they shouldn't be. So kind of pull down on your ruffle. So you don't get too much stuck in there. But I kind of just use my finger to guide along the top. Oh my gosh. Trying not to get it on my fingers too much. Okay. Just keep pulling your ruffle. I had to get some more. I had a different brand, but I was just about out of it. So I'm like, well, that's not going to be enough to even do anything with. So I had to buy some more of this. That's the problem. I get to the point where it's like, I'm using up my stash of stuff. Then I gotta replace everything. And you guys don't have to put bling on. I like my bling. I like to have my bling. Come on, I got caught there. This is probably the most tedious part. Just try not to get the ruffles stuck in there. And yeah, you can use the narrower one. It doesn't really matter which one. And go around and tighten it down. There. Looks like a fancy dress. All right, there. Now what we're gonna do is I've grabbed some flowers and I need some Fabri-tac. So we're gonna do a Fabri-tac for our flowers. Now I grabbed my selection. I don't have very many big flowers, so let me just kind of fix these. These are made out of like a paper. These ones are. But I'm doing what I have in my stash because I try not to buy new things. But I don't have a lot of big flowers. I got mostly little tiny flowers. So we're going to stick that in the middle. We hope it's in the middle. Look on camera, push it down. Now I have these little roses, and I know that one blends in, but we're going to fix that anyway. So we're going to be laying these down. So I've got these little mini roses. We're going to go around the edge. I'm trying to think that didn't look centered. Trying to look from above. We're not going to be picky about it. So let's start with the dark purple. Now again, I don't know if you want to use hot glue because the heat through the fabric might still melt your styrofoam. So I wouldn't. Okay. You know, Fabri-tac can be kind of stringy. So just like hot glue. So I'm trying my best here to not. Fabri-tac doesn't usually take too long to dry. I was lucky to find enough flowers in my stash here. Hopefully this won't take us too long here. This reminds me of a cake. Hey, it can be a giant pin cushion, guys. So if you're not in the Pokey tools, it can be a giant pin cushion. You can use it for that just as well. Now all this needs time to dry. Let me put my cap back on. Move some of this out of the way so you don't look at the uglies. But look at, doesn't that one look, it does look like a cake. And there's that one. I don't want to tip it too much. And I will put felt on the bottoms later. I do have some more of this fabric, I think, left. I could just put the fabric on the bottom too. But you don't want to really waste your pretty fabric. No one's going to see the bottom. I just fluff them again as your glue is drying because I was pushing against it. I just want to make sure that none of my ruffles are tight against the glue. I want it to kind of flow freely. So that is that one, guys. What do you think? One Pokey tool holder or a giant pin cushion? And here is mine. And this isn't I have a different Hello Kitty around here that I'm going to put on. It's a plastic one. This is a metal one. It's a die cast. So I have it on just temporary tape until I can find my other one. When I packed up my craft room, I packed some of that stuff away for now until I could find new homes for everything. So that'll get a different one that actually looks the same colors as the heads here. So that one's that one for now. So that one's mine. And I will take a different picture of it too because because it's kind of hard to see. So there is Pokey tool holder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will link all the product down below for you guys. And if there's anything else you want to see me make, just leave a comment for me. And if you guys could please subscribe and give me a like and share the video, that'll help out. We need to grow a little bit so I can buy more things and do more giveaways and stuff too. All right, guys. So as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.